Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I want to talk about mBridge first because a lot of people are saying mBridge is going to kill XRP. I see people talking about that all the time. But actually, mBridge is going to play a major factor with XRP. And reminder, Ripple joined the BIS, Cross-Border Payments, Interoperability, and Extension Task Force. The mBridge Ledger is an EVM-compatible solution. XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. Take a listen to this.
It wasn't clear enough. The primary purpose of mBridge is to make it possible for its users to bypass the existing US-centric financial system. This not only includes bypassing SWIFT, but also bypassing all intermediary banks in cross-border transactions, as well as the US dollar in forex trading. For reference, the US dollar is basically a bridge currency, especially for large transactions. So, if you want to swap, say, a large amount of New Zealand dollars for Canadian dollars, you'll have to swap New Zealand dollars for US dollars and then US dollars for Canadian dollars. That's just because it's not always possible to trade lots of New Zealand dollars directly for Canadian dollars. With mBridge, you'd be able to swap New Zealand dollars for Canadian dollars directly from a bank in New Zealand to a bank in Canada, assuming these banks are a part of the mBridge system. This removes the US dollar as the bridge currency, removes intermediary banks from the transfer, and removes SWIFT from the equation. This is extremely significant.
So what would then be the bridge currency? XRP can play the bridge currency inside of mBridge. And Saudi Arabia joins the BIS, seeing the Saudi Central Bank becoming a full participant of Project mBridge. mBridge also opens up those massive liquidity pools where you could have large amounts of XRP locked away for long periods of time, leading to scarcity when it comes to XRP. Ripple got awarded from DBS Bank, the biggest bank in Southeast Asia, for their award-winning API platform. You ever take notice? Even the banks give Ripple awards all the time. Why do you think that's happening? It's because Ripple takes away all the fees. It makes money transfers faster and cheaper and more secure as well. Everything that people are looking for today. Everybody wants real-time payments, and that's what Ripple gives them. Let's face it, everyone, you can't talk about Bitcoin without mentioning Joel Katz. When you know, you know. You know, this patent goes all the way back to 1991. I always see how Bitcoin maxis, they like to build up Bitcoin, but they never mention David Schwartz. You know why? Because if they were to mention this patent, it's proof that Bitcoin is nothing but a beta test coin. And that's why XRP will eventually replace Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time. Trump is charging $60,000 to take a photo with him at Bitcoin 2024. You know, everybody keeps hyping up that Donald Trump loves Bitcoin. He's there because he loves Bitcoin. No, he's there because it is a fundraiser. We're in an election year. He's going to give you whatever talking points it takes to get your vote. This is what politicians do during an election year. You know, he knows what RippleNet is. He knows what XRP is. I think we were already on the path of XRP being utilized inside of the United States back in 2018. But things were moving very quick back then. They had to slow Ripple down. That was the whole reason that the Rippleverse SEC case began to begin with. Not what the Post reported at all. In fact, if you read the piece, always helpful, it talks about their relationship being very under the radar and how Trump is expected to ask Diamond to take the post. And you see, Donald Trump is considering BlackRock CEO Larry Fink as Treasury Secretary. But that's not accurate. Eleanor Tourette pointed that out. You know, we already know about Trump's relationship with Larry Fink. That's been going on for years. And honestly, you do not want Larry Fink as the Treasury Secretary. If I had to take a choice here, I would choose Jamie Dimon instead of Larry Fink, because I think Larry Fink is all on board with the Great Reset. I think it's the same reason that he got involved with Bitcoin to begin with, because there can't be competition to any CBDC. The BRICS alliance is looking to weaponize the oil and gas sector to bring the US dollar down from the world's reserve currency status. The alliance inducted 4 new oil-producing countries into the bloc, such as the UAE, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia. They're still waiting on Saudi Arabia. But this is the path to taking down the US dollar. And, you know, the BRICS, I think they're what's going to create the new financial system. I think that's why everything is being rushed now. Everything's being accelerated now, because the BRICS is fast-tracking it. You don't say. In new testimony before House Financial Service Committee, Yellen says America's increasing use of sanctions to freeze assets of sovereign nations drives countries away from the world's reserve currency. I could have told her this years ago. These countries are done with the sanctions. These countries no longer want to be strapped to the US dollar. They want a level playing field. It's the same reason that you're going to see a new financial system, because country after country wants the same thing. All we're really waiting on is banking the unbanked. There's still 1.7 billion people out there that don't have access to a bank account. Once those rails are in place, I think it's going to be go time. That's when everything's going to go live. But, you know, sanctions are what led us down this path. You know, you can't keep threatening country after country without other countries taking notice. Bank of America, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs reports over $4 billion in losses as U.S. lenders witness major spike in unrecoverable debt. They also blame it on people not spending money. How could people spend money when inflation is skyrocketing still? And then on top of it, you have the IRS taking people's taxes. You know, all that tax money that has to be paid in to the system. But you know, I've been saying this for a long time. I even warn people outside of crypto all the time. Get your money away from the banks. The banks are on very shaky ground. The fact that the banks keep telling you that there's problems at the banks should be enough to wake people up. But you know, if you're not in crypto, you don't even know this is happening. People go about their day without anything, without noticing, because they're not in crypto. They're not investors. There's people out there that live paycheck to paycheck and they never invest nothing. And any little bit of money they get, they spend on nonsense. You know, they're going out, they're going to the bars. There's people going on vacation after vacation. And then at the same time, they're like, well, I would get invested, but I don't want to tie up my money right now. You either get invested now or you regret it later, because it doesn't look like inflation's going away anytime soon. And things are still shrinking at the same time. But I like to do these videos once in a while to remind you that real world events, they play a factor on your investment. If the US dollar loses value and the DXY starts to fall, you're going to watch crypto take off at the same time. You know, and anybody that's still putting money in a bank account, the banks are not going to make you rich. You could put that same money into crypto and easily get a 10, 20, 30, 40, 100x. And it might happen over the coming months. That's how close we are to alt season. Alt season can start at any moment. And, you know, that's why I urge people that aren't invested yet to get invested before time runs out. And if you're a new investor in crypto, make sure you're investing in the right way. I still see people chasing meme coins every single day. You know, all you got to do is invest your money in the right cryptocurrencies, and you could sit back and just patiently wait for it to happen. That's the way I look at these utility-driven cryptocurrencies, because everything that we're witnessing right now, all the events we're witnessing right now, are all going to lead us into the new financial system. And if you're invested in the right way, you're going to get life-changing money out of the new financial system once it goes live. But I really still don't think we're going to be cashing out into US dollars. I'm still looking at that US Treasury dollar. That might be a good place to cash out some of your crypto if you're planning to cash out. Because again, that's about to go live as well. But until it all happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.